Oh, hello there. And welcome to Firestorm Freerunning. My name's Justin Taylor. Let's get beautiful. All right, everybody, I'm back, but no less beautiful, but even more ready to do front flips. So just like last week, we worked on our forward roll into our dive roll, all that kind of fun stuff. Today, we're gonna take that to the next level with the front flip. It's basically like a big giant dive roll where you don't land on your hands, you just dive roll through the air in a little ball and you land on your feet. That totally made sense. That's totally what a front flip is, yeah. All right, we are gonna be doing one of the staples of gymnastics, parkour, free running, even really there in tricking. It's the front flip.
Okay, Spider-Man, don't flip. Yeah! Not bad.
Truth be told, it's been a long couple of days. That's why I shouldn't do late night shoots. Also shouldn't do morning shoots. We shouldn't do shoots. Why are we doing this, Nathan? That's all I'm saying. Thank you. All right, truth be told, the front flip is a harder flip to do than a back flip. In fact, a standing front flip, though totally doable, is really, really hard. You have to run and punch or run gather step or run step up into a front flip to generate enough power to make it as easy as a stationary standing back flip. Back flips, though much, much easier because your body naturally wants to get into the position, whereas in a front flip it doesn't, is just a lot scarier. In a front flip, you can see what you're doing and you see as you throw, and that helps people feel less afraid. So psychologically, it's a lot easier, but physically demanding, it's much more difficult. So we're gonna try to break it down today. I'm gonna give you a bunch of drills you can do, then you can try your front flip. When you try your front flip, take your time. No dying, that's the rule. Come up with some mats, because when you do a front flip and you come out of it, your first few times, not only will you not know where you are, you will be blind on your exit. It is very easy for people to do a front flip and land smack on their butt, or to over-rotate a good one because they're not sure where they are and land flat on their face. Always entertaining to watch, never fun to participate in. To give you an idea, our front flip looks a little like this. I'm gonna run in. I'd like to do the big giant eagle swing, but you know, everybody has their own style. I come on in. Punch. Front flip. Okay, so let's break it down for our 60-second breakdown. You guys ready? Let's do it. Front flip, you're going to run, the easiest version is a punch. If you do that on concrete, you're gonna have a bad day. So for right now, we'll pretend we're doing a punch. On concrete, we'll do a gather step. The important thing to do is you're either swinging your arms up really tight, like a 90-degree angle, as you're jumping off the ground, or as I prefer to do, your arms are already mostly up, slightly bent. You do not need to be locked out completely. Doesn't hurt though. Basically what I'm doing is, as I'm jumping and leaving the ground, I'm trying to take off as vertically as possible. As my toes leave the ground, I am pretending that I am locked out from my shoulder to my ear, all the way down, locked out to my hips, and I'm gonna throw everything from my hands to my hips, down like this towards the ground, while simultaneously popping that booty like I am on the dance floor. My butt goes up, my head and hips go down, and as I get to this position and my butt is rising up, I'm gonna heel kick myself, and I'm gonna swing through with my hands and grab just underneath my knee. That's gonna start my rotation in the air. As I finish my rotation, I will see in front of me, and at that point, I'm going to extend out. I am not going to kick the leg out because then I'll land on my butt. I'm gonna extend and put my knee in between my ankle and my hip, boop, towards the ground, keeping my chest up and slightly keeping my legs bent so I can absorb when I land. I don't want to lock out and hurt my spine. So as I come in, remember, I'm gonna run, arms up before I jump and explode off the ground, hands and head go down, butt drives up, I'm rotating around, I drop my little ding-a-linger, and that is your front flip. Booyah. Yay, nap time. All right, your first drill for a front flip is gonna start with you laying on the floor. What we're gonna be doing is pretending that we're actually doing that front flip that I just showed you, and what we're gonna be doing is pretending that I'm standing straight up and down. I just jumped in the air. What I'm gonna practice here, although you're not gonna be able to do it completely, you're gonna get as close as you possibly can. I'm gonna try to sit from the waist up, keeping my arms close to my ears. I'm gonna throw them forward. So my arms are gonna go forward, my chest is gonna come up. I'm gonna throw everything down here. Now normally, my knees would stay where they are and my heels would drive to my butt. My hands would come here and grab. Obviously there's a floor in the way. So what we're gonna do for now is just drive our heels into our butt, which does lift our knees a little, which we won't actually be doing, just to practice the position. We're gonna throw all the way through and grab just underneath our kneecaps right here. pulling into a tight ball with our head down. Remember, the tighter ball you go into, the faster you're gonna rotate. The faster you rotate, the more time you have to open up and have a nice, soft, controlled landing and know where you are. So what I'm gonna do is practicing laying down. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, throw, and snap and tuck. What I do not want to see, and it's very, very common when people learn these, is throwing like this and lifting my knees to my chest. You see how my chest didn't go anywhere? I want my chest to sit up, all the way up here, extending, and then tuck through. This is a very good drill to start getting used to what it should feel like, right? It's actually fun because we do the same thing. Sometimes you can stand right here and practice throwing down and doing the same thing, grabbing right here, tucking my chin. Obviously, in this case, I'm not pulling my knee forward, which is good. So we're adding on to that drill, making it a little more realistic. I stand here, I throw, and tuck. You want to be careful of this. I have, no joke, I have seen people, it's always fun to watch. I have seen people go here, forget, grab both, and just fall right face first into the ground. Don't be that person, unless you really want to be. I'm not going to stop you. It's a free country, but I highly recommend you don't. As always, if you do, please send me a video. They are my favorite. All right, same idea. I'm extended here. My shoulders are glued to my ears. Everything from the waist up is moving as a solid unit. And go. You will have seen in our slow-mo that I don't actually hold my hand next to my ear. It starts to get away a little bit. That is going to happen in real life. I just am giving you the highest ideal, and I want you to work towards that point because it'll keep everything else, even though you won't hit it, it'll keep everything as close to that as possible, generating as much power with the least amount of effort, and that's always our goal. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that exact same thing, and we're going to start jumping it into the air. All right, what I don't want to see, oh my God, I see this so often. I see it for front flip drills, back flip drills. It's not a good drill, so don't do this. I don't want to see, all right, jumping and tucking. That's crap. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do any good. Those knees are driving up like a back flip. We're not doing a back flip. We're doing a front flip. They go behind us. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a block like this. It does not have to be a spotting block. I recommend this because it's made of foam. It's solid, sure, but if I fall on my face, it's not going to hurt too bad. And besides, this can't get any more beautiful. The joke should have been worse because I'd smashed my face, but I just so full of myself, you know, that seemed like the right thing to do. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand here really close. The reason we're standing so close to this is if I lean forward to jump forward, I'm gonna hit my shins or my knees. I don't wanna be doing that. I'm trying to jump straight up and down. The straighter up and down I jump on my takeoff, the higher I will go, the more time I will have in the air to flip. Make sense? Cool. Physics, yeah. Again, shoulders to my ears. Everything from the waist up is going to bend as a solid unit. I'm going to try to place my hands as close to me as possible while my head will still be down. The only way this will work, you see my body can't do it. The only way that's going to work is if my butt is high up in the air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump, and as I jump, my butt is going to continue, right? If I jump, my butt goes up. My butt's just going to continue to drive like that as long as I can while my upper body gets out of its way, bends over, and my hands go here. I want you to try to keep your feet as close to vertical as you can as you do this. Don't let them come up behind you. So what I want to see is this, here, and going down. You will be landing on your hands with your head down. If you're not used to this, it can be very unnerving. So just take your time. Sometimes people fall over and roll. If you've already done your forward roll or dive roll tutorial, that's going to be no big deal for you. So do that one first. It was last week's video. Go check it out. All right? We're going to do this exact same thing. Arms and head down, butt pops up, keeping our feet close. What I don't want to see is throwing the arms before the head so the head's sticking out. If I throw my hands down and try to tuck, all right, I'm not in a very tight ball, right? I look a little weird. I got to get the head down so my whole body can round. After we feel comfortable with that, what we're going to try to do, because when we jump, we want to jump high in the air. The higher we jump in the air, the more time we have to rotate. So before I put my hands down like that, I want to jump as high as possible. So I'm going to start on a higher block. Now normally, we won't be doing a standing front flip. They take lots of torque and power. They're totally doable, but they're a lot harder. If you saw my earlier front flip and how high I went, I'll do a standing front for you right now, and you will see how much lower that one will be. I go here. Oh, so much harder. Hair so much more exploded. So in order to do this, I'm going to need to take a step or two back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward and punch to give myself additional power. My arms need to be up before I punch. If I jump off the ground and then start swinging my arms this way, that is not the direction we are throwing. My arms are coming in too late to build any usable power. So I'm going to start back here, and you can swing your arms up if you want. That's the most common method. I don't like to teach that because anything that swings forward is pulling me forward. It's on the top of my body, so it's pulling my upper body forward, and this is not the position I want to be in. This is the position I want to be in. So what I'm going to do is the wide eagle swing. Woo! America. This is actually close to 4th of July when this one comes out, so it'll work. Give me like American flag eagle wings. Woo! So as I take my last step before my punch, I'm going to swing my arms out to the side, so it's not pulling me forward or anything. It's equal sides of my body, no forward, no backward, pulling all the way up to my arms by my ears, and that puts me in a perfect takeoff position. So I'm gonna come here, arms up, drive in the butt, and there you go. Now, as you feel comfortable with this, and you can get it on a block like this, you're gonna drop it down. You can do this on planters, you can do it on benches. Just make sure that if you fall over, you're not gonna fall on something that's gonna hurt you. We wanna, live through the flip. So what I'm gonna do now, same thing, run, eagle swing, punch. And as my butt drives up and my hands throw down, instead of stopping it straight up and down and trying to place my hands, I'm just gonna let them scoop all the way through, grab my knees, and I'm gonna go right past it and land on my butt or on my shoulders and my back like my forward roll and kind of do a big, giant, lofty dive roll. All right? I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna switch out this block because this is our solid block. And if I am showing you a thing that's gonna land me flat on my back or my butt, this one's not gonna feel good. So I'm gonna go get a squishy one because I'm a squishy man. Squishy, squishy. All right, much squishier. Step, eagle swing, shoulders to ears, jump, pop the booty. Rolling right through. So you can see that allowed me to get my butt high in the air, tuck into a ball, land mostly on my shoulders with just a little bit of hand touch, and roll right out of it. Our goal will be that instead of doing that, we can stay in that ball and jump high enough that we can land sitting. When you land sitting, check this out. Woo! See how my legs are wide? This is important. Your feet will generally hit first when you're first doing this. If my feet are together and my feet and my butt stop and my upper body is still going and my knees are together, it is very common to break your nose. Boom! I've seen probably a dozen broken noses over the years. All right? Let your knees go wide in what we call a cowboy. This way your head can go in here. There's plenty of room for it to not smack anything. If you do this and break your nose, that will totally suck. Okay. Justin, where do I go from there? The next thing that we would do, if you're learning this in a gymnasium, get your block like this, and we're gonna practice a front flip over the block. Now you would normally put a big thick mat over here. I'll let you guys do that. For right now, I've done this for a long time. I'm not too worried about it, we'll be totally fine. But you guys, when you're learning, should have one there. All I'm gonna do is the same thing as before. Up here, I'm jumping up, I'm throwing down, and my goal is to rotate above the block. In the beginning, a lot of people will land and just touch kind of their shoulders, their mid-back, maybe just their butt on the edge. It'll give them that last little rotation they can roll off. That way you're nice and safe. Eventually, the goal is to get rid of this thing completely. The important reason this is here is number one, it assists you a little bit to give you that last little bit of rotation. So it would look kind of a little like this. I'd come in, I go here, woo, and it rolls me right over. Number two, because this is here, it's forcing me to jump higher because I don't want to just run and throw a front flip real low. You ever seen a person run and they just huck the front flip and they flip right above the ground, they land flat on their back? No fun. It's going to make us jump up. But really, really important, it doesn't let us lean forward. Unless you're doing your front flip from back here and diving, which if you're just learning, probably not a great idea. You want to be close and jump up. It makes me not lean forward. But Justin, I'm already doing a front flip. Why don't I want to lean forward? The more you lean forward on your takeoff, which is very common because people get excited, they throw and then they jump. Now they're leaning forward. The further you go forward, the slower you are going to rotate because the longer distance your body will have to rotate to get back to where it started. That sounds really weird. So I have a helper here who's going to help us understand. Let's go get Vicky our resident gymnast. Vicky? Vic? What did you do with Vicky? Vicky?
What did you do with Vicky?
I didn't do anything with Vicky. Oh, I did. I had her over there, and I was using her as a nunchuck. That's right. Yes. Yes, Justin. It was definitely that Nathan guy. I don't like him very much. He is very poo-pooey. All right. This, everybody, is a Vicky doll. It allows us, whoa man, she got some broken knees there, to get some good body position tips. Here is our takeoff position. Now, if Vicky here jumps straight up and down for her front flip, whoop, and she takes everything from the waist up and throws it down, whoop, while her butt continues to drive up, whoop, you can see once her butt goes up in that kind of handstand pike position we did, she's already halfway through her flip. If she reaches forward and grabs her shins, heel drives her butt, she's already 2/3 of the way through her front flip. She just comes around, her chin should be tucked, and she extends out and she lands on her feet. Yay! See how quickly that butt went up and over her shoulders? But if Vicky is bad and she leans like this and jumps, she's gonna keep flying forward. Her butt has to try to drive up while her shoulders are still going forward. Catch up, go past her shoulders, right? She has to then, get in there, Vicky. Tuck into her ball, still while going forward, and then try to extend her legs in front of her, which will most likely land with her landing at an angle and then falling on her butt, and then being made fun of and getting thousands and thousands of views on YouTube, which is what all my videos combined get. So there you go. Don't be like Vicky. You might become an internet sensation. Get out here, Vicky. All right. The reason we use this is if you try to lean forward, you're going to catch it in the hips, the knees, the shins, whatever, which is why it's made out of foam, and you will not rotate. That is good. We want you to practice taking on straight up and down. So the final thing we'd be working on is being able to do our front flip over the block without touching it. That means, again, run, arms swing up, punch off the ground, everything from the waist up throws down, you pop that butt, kick yourself in the butt with the heels, grab those shins, and as you rotate around, when I see the wall in front of me, so I should know what it looks like, so I know what I'm looking for, I will begin extending the leg. Remember, we do not extend from the thigh, boop, because we will land on our butt. We drive the knee down in between the ankle and the butt, towards the ground, keeping our spine slightly rounded so we can absorb, shoulders back, and bending with the knees when we land. So my goal would be able to come in here and do my flip over the block, forcing me to do a good high front flip. Woo! Ha! And that, beautiful people, is how you do your front flip. Do not forget that this is just one style of front flip. This punch technique, though it totally works off of a precision or something, is not the greatest to do on concrete, because when you punch, right, you're extending and you're locking out your knees and stuff as you pop off. If you do all that into the concrete's not gonna squish and then jump you up like a bunch of springs. It's just gonna punch you in the face. Well, technically in the ball of the foot, but it will not feel good. If you are gonna do them on concrete, I recommend doing your gather step. So you're coming in, quick 1, 2. The main change here when you do it down on concrete is that when you do that foot change, you're not gonna have your arms up. You're not gonna go. You can, but for a lot of people, you need to generate more force because you don't have the spring force punching you into the air. The trick for that is as I come in, I go 1, 2, my arms are gonna swing up. I bring them in close here. As I jump, my arms are here, and then I reach forward, and that's when I begin the drive from before. The difference is I generally won't hit vertical. I'm coming in here and dropping down like I'm hollowing over and diving into an object. I am free willy. That is definitely a harder one to do. If you're gonna be doing it for your first time, you can do that same thing on spring floor, where if you eat crap, it's gonna be a lot safer and a lot nicer to your butt when you land on it. So take it easy. Build up slowly, go through your drills. If you're having trouble, videotape yourself, look at it. Did it look like what we talked about? Or did it look like steaming pile of poo-poo? If it looked like steaming pile of poo-poo, it's probably steaming pile of poo-poo. Or at least a little nugget of poo-poo. So go back, wipe down, get clean, start again, and no poo-poo. All right, beautiful people, that was our front flip tutorial for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and didn't think it was a steaming pile of the poo-poo. And yeah, I love your beautiful faces. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If you have a friend who's working on the front flip, share this with them. If nothing else, so you can make booty popping on the dance floor jokes during every time you do a front flip, all that good stuff. I love your beautiful faces, and check in next week. come on by next time, because we're gonna be doing our elevator front flip. This is where we do the exact same front flip, but we're actually split stepping and doing a wall pop on a small object to front flip up and over it. If you guys really enjoy this one, maybe we'll do loser wall fronts, because those are really, really fun. All right, I love you guys in a totally normal, non-relationship committal kind of way. I mean, like I like you like a friend, you know, you're a cool person. And oh my God, is that David Hasselhoff?
Who are you?
I'm David Hasselhoff.
Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? F-R-I-N-D-S. Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you?
What are you doing?
That's a
Big girl, you like that armpit? Oh yeah.